Hello, hello. Today we're diving into the ultimate ranking of lead generation strategies for realtors. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what strategies are worth your time and what strategies maybe not so much. We're ranking these from S tier, absolute game changers, to D tier, which frankly might be a waste of your time and energy. Whether you're a new agent or a seasoned pro, this guide will help you double down on those exact strategies that are going to help you maximize returns on your time and effort. Let's get into it. All right, kicking things off, let's talk criteria. I'll be ranking these strategies based on lead quality, cost, competition, ease of use, and this barrier of entry, and how sustainable they are for long-term growth. Additionally, I will share my own experience and opinion. As you know, every market and skill set is different, so take this as a guide, not a gospel. Now, what lead generation strategies we're going to talk about? Let's look at the list. First would go cold calling. Second, door knocking, Facebook groups and organic posts, Google pay-per-click ads, TikTok ads, Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and then finally YouTube ads. Right, so first thing on the list, cold calling. Good old method. Cold calling generally is a very good way to get clients through the conversations, although you will have to deal with a lot of cold and unresponsive, not interested people. Right, so at the end of the day, the lead quality on cold calls is quite low because you have to make a lot of calls. Now, on the flip side, because of that, your costs are nearly zero. Right, you may be paying for your software for dialing the leads, but generally speaking, you need your phone and a lot of time. Now, as we know, what happens is that everyone is doing cold calling. So because people don't know you, you have nearly no chance to stand out. And what you have to do is really try to get them within these first seconds of the conversation, which is pretty difficult and it takes a lot of skills. Generally speaking, I see cold calling being a really good acquisition channel for realtors at earlier stages of the career, right? When you have a lot of time, you don't really have the money to invest. And also on top of that, you need to build up your conversation skills, your sales ability, and develop in this direction. So a really good method to start off with and not really sustainable in the long run. With that being said, I would rank cold calling as B tier just because of how universal this outreach method is, and anyone can do this at any point of the career. It's free, it's very easy to enter, although you do need a high level of skill to be able to have meaningful conversations with the people and build that relationship. And also, it's not that sustainable in the long run. Second, door knocking goes very close with cold calling and obviously the same song and dance. People don't know you. A lot of people are doing this, although with door knocking it's less, but you can imagine when you step up to someone's house, it's very difficult for them to start trusting you right away. So because of that, obviously it puts pressure on you. With cold outbound like this, it's very easy to get burnt out just because you have to put constant effort and the results are volatile. Sometimes you get a lot of yeses, sometimes you just get a bad streak of no's, which is pretty painful. Now, for the cost, the same thing costs you nothing unless you need to actually drive to the location, but other than that, it's mostly the conversation about your time. It's very easy to start doing door knocking for that matter, but the biggest obstacle here is to get over yourself and start doing this consistently and actually develop yourself because your energy is important, what you're saying, how you're saying things, and so on. And you need to pretty much always be at your best, which most people can't. And I can't blame them for this. Door knocking, D tier, it's very difficult. You have to put in a lot of effort and energy every single day, and you're really limited with your capacity because you can knock on only so many doors during the day. You have the same problem with door knocking, and even more difficult because you have to build the trust with the people within the first seconds of the conversation. Now we're moving towards the digital space. Facebook groups, organic posts, and things like that. It's a very interesting approach. Generally speaking, organic content allows you to bring in more interested people because when people reach out to you, it's a whole different conversation. Frankly speaking, most of them are not going to be buyers or sellers who are ready to move forward within the next 3 to 6 months. But still, off of those, if you're able to actually grow your audience and get a consistent flow, that might be a really good channel for you. Now, what's the catch? Right? Obviously, when we're talking about creating organic content, it's a lot of time. You can literally spend 1 or 2 years building up your social media, and even with that, you need to know what you're doing. It's not some generic useless posts. It's not something that people are not interested in. You need to constantly think through strategies, improvements, adjustments, and it's a whole different job. Right? You might want to outsource this, but the problem with that is that most companies are not going to actually have this personal touch with your audience, which creates a big barrier between you and the audience, which lowers your lead quality. Now, depending on the area you're in, the competition is going to be different. Most times, the competition in organic content is not that huge because of the same problem, consistency. Most people just cannot physically keep up with posting the content. But in the areas where you have 10,000 agents in your city, you're likely going to have those big accounts that have already developed their social media, and it's going to be very difficult to overtake them. Now, as we would talk about the ease of use, it's very easy to start, right? You need to only create an account on the social media platform and start rolling out the posts. But here's the thing, you really need to know what you're doing. And another big thing is being good on camera, which most people are not, and because of this, you might also lose in the lead quality and quantity because your videos are just not that good. It takes a lot of effort for this. So because of this, I do think that as a realtor, it's really beneficial for your business to keep posting some content, but I would not rely on this channel unless you're already getting a really good flow of the opportunities, because it will take you a lot of time to build this up. You physically cannot know the outcome, and the feedback loops are very long. Like, you're not going to understand whether or not your strategy works within the first few weeks. You really extend your periods of testing for months, which is pretty difficult. So Facebook groups and creating organic content, C tier. Now we're moving towards some interesting stuff, Google pay-per-click ads. We haven't had that much experience with those, but I do know that because your targeting is based on keywords, you're able to get a relatively good lead quality there, but it's going to be focused more on buyers. So if you're a listing agent, pay-per-click is definitely not the way to go, but Google has really precise data and people are searching around all the time, so that's why you're likely going to be able to capture those people. Although it can get really expensive, especially in the markets like Los Angeles or San Francisco, just markets with higher price points, markets that are more competitive because everyone optimizes for the same keywords. And as much as this allows you to get inbound flow, you're probably going to need to use the third party and outsource this whole process of creating the Google pay-per-click campaign, managing it, creating the whole targeting, and working on it constantly, right? So it's not really easy to use. Now, if your market is average and you're able to get sustainable flow of the opportunities, it's a really good channel of acquisition that, if you're able to bring the costs down, might get you really good returns. B tier. Next one, TikTok ads. Sounds controversial, but the only reason for this is the audience. Most people on TikTok are very young, and it doesn't mean that you're not able to get buyers and sellers there, but there are fewer of them, right? Also, if we're talking creating the videos on TikTok separately without promoting them, if you go viral, you can get a lot of views, and here the challenge is to convert those views into the leads through lead magnets, landing pages, just building up the funnel in ClickFunnels or Go High Level, right? This is another aspect that you might need to outsource if you don't have those tech skills, which most realtors don't. That's why it gets a little complicated, but still TikTok ads are relatively easy. But one more important thing, with the recent news with this short block of TikTok and people have no idea what's going on, might not be quite the choice for the date of this video coming out. C tier. All right, the next one is a really big player, so Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, this is a really, really popular channel of acquisition, and I know a lot of people who are getting really good quality off of Facebook ads. But at the same time, there is a million and two ways to screw up the campaign, waste a lot of money, get hundreds of tire kicker leads, and not get any returns on it. So you need to be really careful, and you need to make sure that you know what you're doing, or someone that who you partner with on those campaigns know what they're doing and have proven track record. Depending on the market and your objectives, the costs can get different. You can spend as little as $20 a day on ads, or you can up it to $40 a day and more. The biggest challenge with Facebook and Instagram ads for you is going to be get a good lead quality and dial in the whole campaign and maintain it so that you get this quality consistently. After that, once you get the whole process, it's relatively easy to maintain it and keep going with this. So it's a really good method as far as sustainability, right? At any stage of your career, once you have some cash, or once you're able to expand your team and production, it's a really good way to go because you're able to capture different audiences. You're able to really play around with the offers and get better lead quality, or maybe get more people in the door for your new offer, things like that. Really solid one. I say it's an A tier. And then last but not least item on the list, YouTube ads. Now, this is the niche cover agency our company is carved out in. We love YouTube ads. The lead quality on YouTube ads is awesome. And again, just like with Facebook and Instagram ads, there are 2,000,003 ways to screw it up and get bad lead quality. But again, if you have the proven process and you have a databases with all the information that you need for this, it's a really awesome tool that doesn't have a lot of realtors on the platform itself. Physically, not everyone is doing YouTube ads as opposed to, say, Facebook ads. Now, your costs go a little bit up as well. Even though based on our recent campaigns, we've been really able to get the Facebook-like lead cost with the YouTube-like quality, which was a really great example where we were getting appointments with the people that were looking to buy $1 million houses. They were looking to buy and sell, right? So we're able to really target a vast range of the people because YouTube is the #1 website in the world. The most traffic, everyone is there. Google owns all the information, and we're able to really get creative with the targeting. Now, with YouTube, as opposed to Facebook ads, the time for testing is also extended. Like, you want to give the campaigns a few weeks to see whether or not this change or adjustment worked. Because of this, it makes the process of creating a successful campaign a little bit more difficult. But again, as long as you're working with someone who actually knows what they're doing, there is not going to be a problem with it. Generally speaking, really great sustainable channel that will be able to provide you with the high quality business throughout months and years that you can scale up and actually control the amount of business that's coming in every single month. Like I mentioned earlier, YouTube ads has been our bread and butter. So if you want us to set this up 100% down for you, if you're a realtor or a team that is ready to expand and you are believing in the content, you want to make more videos online, you want to add an extra stream of inbound home buyers and sellers, click the link below to schedule a free consultation where we will help you break down your current business structure and suggest the best possible campaign in your current situation. Also, feel free to go through the free materials that we'll list in the description below. There is a bunch of cool stuff on our website as well. And again, just like I said, in case you are unclear about what strategies to run and what's actually the best for you, we offer a free 15-minute consultation where I personally look at your current acquisition channels. In case you're running ads, we can look at your ads and I would provide you with a clear path of action 100% free of charge. So I'm very curious to know, what is your go-to lead generation strategy? Let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to take your lead gen game to the next level, check the description for my free materials. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your fellow realtors. See you in the next one.